There are places where solar could be used and be advantageous, and we'll find other places where, in fact, there's a consistent wind, and so you can have on a small scale, say, some windmills. But these windmills are dangerous, and they're huge, and they make a lot of noise, and they kill a lot of birds. So we have environmentalists who are concerned about, well, we want to use wind, and then they find out that the wind is killing so many birds, especially those that are on the endangered species list, and so on. So you get problems like, well, environmentalists say we should do this with solar and wind, and then they turn around when they find out that they're not all as clean as you would like to have them. If you look at some of these blades, they're probably 10 times the size of a typical person. You know, we're talking huge, huge blades. And where are you going to put them? You need huge areas, because once one blade utilizes a portion of the wind, the next blade in line with it doesn't get as much of the wind. And the third one in line gets even less. So you've got to spread them out over huge areas. In order to get the equivalent of a typical nuclear reactor, or a coal reactor for that matter, which you're talking about 1,000-megawatt plants, in order to do that with solar, you'd have to cover a couple of states out in the west of the United States in order to get the equivalent amount of energy. And it still then has to be transported. And transportation is a difficult problem. We have people who will complain about having so many trucks on the roads, putting up so many poles, putting up so much that's destroying the landscape, and so on. The problem goes on and on. And if a person gets to understand the process of extracting and transforming energy from one form to another, then you can I guess, sell the idea that some sources of energy are much, much more practical, much more available, and those processes become a little bit clearer.